Cool. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited. We got the phenomenal money, life, love. About to come and talk to us, man. Hopefully you guys are up, ready, and excited. Man, it's Tuesday, man. You already know we talking about money. Man, give it a minute or so for a few people to log in, man. I am excited. Let's see. Matter of fact, let's just jump right into it. I won't film this either way. Let's see. Man, I'm excited. I am excited. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. So, this is how the Tuesday format is going to start being when it comes to the lives. I want to get different thoughts when it comes to finances and even other industries as well. So you'll see me meeting with all types of different people. So hold on, let's see. Let's get money live on. Hold on. All right, perfect. This is waiting for you. Hello. How you doing
Hey,
today?
how you doing? You looking
Man,
all dapper and
phenomenal.
stuff, and I'm up here in just a shirt and pants. I had to get out of
Well,
my
it's,
work
it's my
clothes.
it's my first time, so I had to do it
I
too
wish
big.
you would have informed me. I would have got all swift and stuff.
Hey, and I'm so mad because I literally just grabbed this shirt and I just took it off. I'm like, man, I don't know. She may come hard with
Uh,
it.
I've been in my work clothes all day long. I was tired of them. But
Well,
how's it going?
man, it's going phenomenal. Thank you so much just for meeting with me, for us to just talk about money. I see your blogs, man. You are doing your thing. But just let the people know a little bit about you, who you are, what you do. Talk to them.
Okay, well, hello everyone. For the you all who don't know me, I am Ashanti. I am over the blog Money Like Love. It started around March, April. I was just at home. I was bored. I teach financial education for a living to high school seniors and juniors, and I was missing my students. So I was trying to figure out different ways to communicate with them. And I came up with my money blog, and they started following me, and they started telling people to follow me. And I just kind of feel like I blew up a little bit, and it
Hey.
just took off, and it hasn't slowed down from there. So I'm really thankful for a lot of opportunities it has presented me with. A lot of my, I guess, followers are very nice, very supportive. It seems like it's always the people you don't know that are so supportive of you and your ventures versus people you know. But we know how that goes, so yeah. And that's pretty much it about me. It's been very interesting so far.
Well, that's awesome. So basically, the thing that really shaped you is this pandemic.
Definitely. It really changed the way I looked at things. I didn't think of starting a blog for just money. It kind of was just my go-to way to start
Mhm.
doing, having something to do to keep me, I guess, sane during all this COVID-19 stuff.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
And you said you have students that follow the page. Like, what kind of
Oh yeah.
comments? Like, what are they saying when they see you? 'Cause I know this
It's
is probably a
basically
different
like
side of you that they don't see. So what are they saying?
yeah. So it's basically oh Lord. I'm so sorry. So it's
Oh,
basically
it's okay. It's okay.
this is my daughter. She
Hey,
made
it's
me
COVID.
that
It's people at
video.
home. We realistic. We being realistic.
You can go outside. It's okay. So, yeah, it's basically a whole different side. Um, like they know that I do extra stuff on the side all the time. Like have different kind of side hustles. I don't let them follow my personal page or anything. So when I told them like I started this blog and y'all can follow it, it was like okay. So like they iterate, they like a whole bunch of stuff. Like sometimes they just go down and like everything on the page, or sometimes it's like they leave comments or they ask questions like, well, exactly how do I go about getting a mutual fund or a stock or starting stocks and stuff like that. So it's very interesting because they get to see like a different side of me outside the classroom, more not as towards their teacher, but kind of more so as like a kind of like a coach or a mentor to them.
Man, that's awesome. Okay. So then, when it comes to not only teaching them like about finances, what do you tell them when it comes to budgets and things like that? And what are some things that you implement in your household when
Well,
it comes to budget?
I tell them about how I save money all the time. So it kind of is inspiring to them. Like I start off by just teaching the basic ways to budget. I give them a sheet. Like I give them a spending tracker starting off first. They have to track their spending for just a week and see what they spend throughout the whole weekdays and the weekend. Then I tell them to bring it back in the classroom. Then we look at different ways that, what did you spend most money on this week? Or did you help your parents? Or are you working? Are you getting allowances? How's your income coming in? And how are you spending your money? So by that, then we go about setting up a budget. The first thing I teach them is the 50-30-20 rule, which is just
Okay.
the basic rule of budgeting that everybody try to follow. Saving 50% for your expenses, 20% for your savings, and 30% for your for entertainment purposes.
No worries, no worries.
Okay, go outside. It's okay. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Hey, little one, I know you want to be. I know you want to be on the show too. It's okay.
She
It's
does. She
okay.
gotta make her. Every time I'm live with someone, she does this every single time. She has to come in. But yeah, I just do the basic 50-30-20 rule. I teach them that method. And I also tell my personal story about how I started budgeting with the same method as well. So starting out with the 50-30-20, but I did some things, some adjustments for those that follow my blog. I left my house and I gave it all up to move back with my mom because I just kind of felt like it just was beneficial because I became a single mother and I just had my baby right here. And just
No problem.
me and her, so I'm like, I don't have to be living in this house paying almost $900 rent every month. I could just go stay with my mom for $150. And so I
Makes sense.
left. I gave everything up and I left. Like her house is paid for. She doesn't have to pay anything but water and satellite internet. So
Hmm.
in taxes once a year. So I'm like, I can go stay with my mom and save all that money on my rent and put it in the bank. So that's like,
Makes sense.
so once I did that, I started saving like 50% of my income. I put myself on a strict budget that I was following so very well up until about January. I was doing
Hmm.
$100 a week, and then I also did the envelopes. And it worked. Like I say, it worked for me because of my situation. I went and I saved I cut back a lot of my expenses, evaluated what I was spending most of my money on, which was more so I spent more on entertainment purposes than on, just actual living expenses. So once I evaluated that and determined what I need to do for myself and for my family, I knew my ultimate goal. I wanted to have a big emergency fund, and not only just a big emergency fund, I just wanted to have a big savings, and I wanted to be able to invest my money. So once I figured out what works best for me and what I wanted to do, that's when I started looking at money different. It wasn't just about, you know, just having a lot of money, but flipping that money. So I started businesses, doing side hustles, just a lot came along with it. And that's why I was teaching like in my classroom, like, okay, it's okay to get paid every 2 weeks, but what are you gonna be doing in between waiting to get that money, that check from your full time job in those 2 weeks? So that's what I teach people a lot all the time. Family, friends, students, just people on the street. Like you gotta
Hmm.
have multiple streams of income. And that also goes with your budget. You can't just get the money and then you don't know, you're not saving it or spending it or investing it back into your business. You're just getting the money and you're spending it. You're never gonna come up that way. You gotta figure out
True.
ways that you're gonna be able to make profits. So that's
Now,
like
with that being said, how do you do your savings? Like, are you just retirement? Are you dabbling? I don't know about you, but I've been seeing people been hitting up my inbox. Flip this and do this, and how do you do
yeah.
your savings?
I just had a big, a big discussion yesterday with the forex traders, and Lord, I think I woke
I seen that
Instagram up
post.
with that one. I had so many people inboxing me and calling me and asking me what's going on. Why you? I was like, okay, I'm not trying to bash it about it. I'm just saying like, stop pressuring me to do forex. Like I have a lot of friends that do it and they like
Mhm.
trading. That's what they're passionate about. It's just not for me personally. I'm a stocks person. I've been doing stocks for Oh my God, over 10 years now. I first got my first stock when I was 18. I was working at Waffle House. And that was my first stock. So I learned then, okay, you can actually make money in the stock game. Now, if I had known now what I knew then when I was 18 and I took it out when I was like 25 and I had a couple $100, I was like, okay, I might have should have kept it in for the long run. So that's what made me first get into stock. And that's when I went in looking at different ways to how I make long-term investments with stocks. I got into that. I tried to do the certificate deposits, but I really wasn't seeing any return on those. So I left those alone. And then I went into the certificate deposit. That's a whole nother story. Those are a waste of time.
I was about to say, from the interest on it. And then for
Yeah.
everybody listening, just realize that interest rate is key. When it comes to with all your savings, interest rate is key. So definitely think about that. But
Yeah.
you right about that.
Yeah, it's just pretty much a waste of time. But then I also end up getting a high yield interest savings account with Citibank. The interest rate is pretty good. It's like 1.9 something percent. But I know they're kind of hard to come by, and they check a whole bunch of stuff before before you could get it. But that's something that's I also do, and I also go about. I have my own business, of course. Jack of all trades. I've been doing retail now for about 3 years. I tried to actually like sell clothes, but now I just feel like it's just best if I just make shirts and mugs and accessories and sell. I tried before the pandemic. I had a schedule. I would try to do an event every 2 weeks to make some extra money, but now it's just on whenever I can get to a pop-up market basis or whenever someone calls me to place an order.
So you definitely a little bit of everything.
Oh yeah, I have to have multiple streams of income because and that's why I just can't just sit still. I have a lot to do. Like I'm a full-time teacher, okay, and I feel like myself a full-time business owner, full-time student because I still am in school, and full-time mother. So that's why I'm so busy all the time.
Now, I got a question for you. So now, do you feel like your like coworkers, your other teachers, do you feel that they are going to get to where they need to be like retirement wise, saving wise, if they just stick to just working as a teacher, or do they need to do the things that you do in the side hustles to build it up, things like that?
Well, working just as a teacher, my mom was a teacher for 30-something years, and she's fine. She retired. She's fine off her teacher retirement. But once you retire, you do not make or get as much money as you get prior to you being a teacher. So I do not feel that you would get just where you want to get just only teaching, getting paid 12 times out of a year. I don't know what life they came up with this in or what plan, but I do not feel like it's paid 12 times a year. It's gonna work for me. It ain't working. It's not gonna work. So no teacher should be living just off teacher income. You need to have some other kind of job going on. And I'll tell them,
At the same time.
yeah, we don't get enough money to just live off of a teacher income. We have to do other stuff. And like the teachers say, the only thing they do is teach. I mean, I don't even know how y'all making it because you're not making that much money. I mean, you full time. Like I'm working on my specialist degree. That's gonna give me a lot of more money, but at the same time, you gotta think about okay. Like I said, I live with my mom right now, so I could save 50% of my income, no problem. But when I buy my house, which is my ultimate goal is to save for my house, I'm not gonna be able to save 50% of my income. And as a teacher, based off the income, 50% is nothing. Okay, that's your mortgage right there. So no teacher should be living off just getting paid those 12 months out of 365 days. It's just not realistically. So they put in teacher retirement, and then you already got to work 30 years before you can retire. And they don't even have another side IRA or anything. It's not going.
Not enough.
No, it's not going. It's they gonna be struggling when they retire. So I do not recommend it at all. And coming from a teacher perspective, it's not gonna work.
Hey, and then it looks like a real sense of humor said, "No teachers don't get paid enough." Hey, I feel you. Okay, okay. I'm feeling the crowd. I'm feeling the crowd.
Definitely.
Okay. So, is there any books or advice that help you money wise through your financial journey that like really stuck out, like to you that somebody either gave you or that you read?
Yeah, I was looking for this book someone gave me. It was actually a college graduation year. I graduated from Albany State in 2012. And they gave me this book. It was called Living Life in Your 20s So You Can Maintain in Your 30s. I have to find I was looking for it. That's why I was looking for this book. And I had it the whole time. And every time when I need it, I can't find it. But I'm going to share it on my page once I find it or find a copy of it. It's very informative. It goes about just telling you small stuff on how you actually sit down and track your expenses and budget your money and how to get out of debt, especially student loan debt. I don't believe in paying back, all that money to student loans. So it tells you about ways to get your loans stuff paid off with the quickness and stuff. It was a real good book. And another book I have right here, just because I have it because I was working in it, it's my books I actually use to teach out of. It's just basically a little financial handbook. It comes from with the Bank of America. It just gives you a little overview of different types of expenses and different types of savings, how you save for college. It has little trackers in here. It's just called a student financial handbook, and it's very informative. Like if you want to just get introductory levels on different types of what?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, go give it to grandma.
No, I want it.
Okay, you eat it.
I want it.
Yeah, so it's very nice. And then the other book I have is how. I'm so sorry. I thought she did. If I go live, she got to get her feature on. You're welcome. So another book I have.
Like, hey, we're gonna do the next interview is for her. Next interview is for her. I got her.
Got to press on with some babies. And the next one I have is the this one right here. I actually teach out this book right here. It's very informal. So it's a personal finance, a lifetime responsibility. This actually is one that I teach out of. And it also comes with different workbooks. And not only does it have the workbooks that teach you about personal finance, it goes over different ways that you can create budgets and track your spending. How do you go about filling out it goes from resumes to job application. It teaches about interest rates on cars. It's very informative. And I'm also going to post that one also on my page after
yes.
the live.
Definitely, because definitely the more information, the better.
Yeah,
I don't know if you ran into this.
Yeah, you can get them off Chegg or Amazon for real cheap, like $10, $15 the used kind.
Man, well, that's definitely great advice. And I feel like I know you probably run into this. It's like it seems like we run into people who may not know the basic information. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't always seem like there's a lot of people out here who just automatically know it. It's just that they think they know everything, but the basic stuff they may miss. You run into that a lot?
You definitely do. And it's kind of like it's like they may know it, but they still just make like the wrong choices with it. So like some people, they've been taught this information, but they don't utilize it, or they make these decisions because they just have, they've always been around poor spending habits or came up in an environment where no one else was, doing this investing or saving stuff. So they feel like they're all right. So why can I be all right without doing this as well?
That's true. That's true. Okay. Now you said you are an educator. Do you see it in the future, like with education, these basic finance things like that? Do you feel like that either should be implemented, or do you even see that in the short-term scope that it is going to be implemented when it comes to these like finances and things like that?
Well, in my department, I teach the career and technical education, which is CTE. They're really pushing that personal finance is taught at all school systems. It's on the wish list, I guess, for the U.S. Department of Education. A lot of schools do not offer it. I'm just fortunate enough to be a financial educator at a local high school. I wish all schools had it. I know when I was coming around, this wasn't even heard of. So, now
I was
that
about to say I never heard of that before. So you introducing it to me.
right. So right. Like it's actually part of financial services. It falls under business education. It's just a pathway. A lot of teachers or school systems probably prefer to teach business over teaching business over teaching finance because business education is more popular than financial education. But in the actual career industry, you will get a job in financial services before you can get a job in business management. So I mean, it should definitely be a part of all curriculums throughout all high schools, not only in my state but U.S. wide.
Okay. So you said, I think you mentioned this before, that your next goal is to, get that house, accumulate a large amount of savings to get that house. What is are there any other next personal finance goals that you have planned?
Well, no, I really am. I want to get into more into investing. Like I do a lot of investing now, but I really want to get into the real estate side of things. I was looking at going to a few auctions, some delinquent tax properties. I've been working with a few realtors on it, so it's been very interesting with the information they've been provided. Okay. I see somebody just said
Okay.
financial services offered in Georgia as an elective math course. Okay, that's very interesting. I didn't
That
know.
is interesting.
Yeah, but you know what? I kind of figured that because in my school, the math coach, she works with me a lot because some I'm not gonna lie, some part of that finance stuff, especially when you get into banking, it's mind blowing what all the banks have to go through when they're doing their different stuff, and getting the rates and stuff and how they come up with these different formulas is just mind blowing. I be struggling. I be having my TI-30 right there beside me, and I still can't figure some of that stuff out. So the math coach does help. So I can't see how it's being offered as an elective for high school kids, as it should be offered. But back to your question.
That's true. That's true.
That's what you.
Okay. So, what is your biggest either success or failure finance wise, and then what did it teach you?
Biggest failure when I was at college, I went to HBCU, and of course, going to
Hey.
HBCU, they're gonna have all type of tricks and schemes. So my biggest regret and failure finance wise was, it was this like local restaurant. I think it was called, oh my god, it was some kind of chicken, like hip hop chicken or something. But it had this
Mhm.
person there that was a representative for city cards, and it was like if you sign up for a free credit card, you get a free 10-piece and fries. And so, all the college students, we already walk into the restaurant.
Okay. Continue. My bad. My bad. Continue. I'm just imagining this man standing there, and you get this card. I got this 10-piece for you. But continue. Continue. I can just imagine.
You pop this credit card, you get a 10-piece. They knew it was set up. All of my friends, everybody I know that applied for the card, they got approved for like $4,000. Man, we freshmen, we done maxed them cards out. When I tell you, it took me so long to pay off that credit card in college. And I was just like, never again, never again will I ever fall for these tricks at these stores. That right there taught me getting those credit cards. I also got one more from another restaurant, but that taught me do not fall for those department store credit card scams. They are
Yes.
your worst nightmare. Yeah, I was gonna say getting out those credit cards freshman sophomore year. I'm telling you, that was the best lesson. I mean, early life lesson. Like I'm like 18 years old. Okay, that was the most early important life lesson. I was sorry. I was like, how am I gonna pay off these credit cards? I ain't got no job. I don't get nothing but a refund check. So that right there was
Man.
a life lesson, and that has stuck with me forever. I tell my students all the time, don't y'all get no credit cards, cause who gonna pay them? Don't even file for it. So
Don't even do it.
just
Well, that's definitely great tips and advice for the younger people out there who are watching, man. As soon as you get to college, just keep walking, man. Just keep walking. Class, work.
listen.
That's it. Don't stop nowhere. Don't do nothing. Don't do.
Don't file for it. I feel for it. Like I tell my baby,
Mhm.
don't you file for it, Eric? Cause girl, I ain't been paying those bills because you ain't got no job. My mom was like, "Who told you to get that credit card anyway?" I had so many not
It's like it's
overdraft.
4,000. Like
I
it's
had
free
so many late
money.
fees. That stuff messed up my credit. It was a mess. I would never ever. But hey, I'm telling you, you live and you learn, and that was
Yeah,
definitely a
that's true.
failure and a lesson all throughout the whole process.
And then I think you're also doing a great job of, just teaching, like you said, the high schoolers just how to avoid things like that. So Definitely commend you guys. If you haven't, make sure you follow her Instagram page. Make sure you also check out that blog. I know that blog popping, so definitely check out that blog.
Yeah.
Man, that's it for tonight. Man, you drop knowledge tonight. You drop
Thank you,
knowledge. I
thank you. I'm
appreciate
putting my
that.
website in your I'm putting my website in the comments. I have some freebies up there. If y'all want to just get a free spending tracker or a free budget
Yeah.
planner, you go to my website and you can download it for free. I don't even charge for it because I feel like some stuff you shouldn't even charge for, and this is one of them.
Yeah, man, that's so true. Wait, hold on.
You
You about to drop that and make sure I that.
Well, it's crooked, but that's it. It's just living life loved. I see.
Okay. Perfect. Y'all see it, www.moneylifelove.co. Got one more question. Most kids from lower socioeconomic statuses don't know about credit. Real talk. That is very true. And to touch on that one, I think it's definitely has to be a each one teach one kind of mindset. Like the more we grow and learn, we have to give it back to the kids. That was one of the main reasons that me personally I got started with finances and talking and dropping knowledge about finances because I didn't see it talked about a lot, and I thought it was always an uncomfortable conversation. Now I'm talking about it with everybody. I'm the person at the table. If the table get too quiet, I'm bringing up something about money, something about what's going on, because I want it to be, we want it to be one of those conversations that can be easily had, because that's how people avoid the trap. Because this is a whole bunch of people trapping out there.
Yeah.
One of the games is credit cards. So just like they got to the freshman and sophomore, they trapping. Whether they want to call it something different, cool. But if you hit me with a 22% interest and you know I ain't got a job and you give me $4,000 and you know I'm gonna max out, you trapping. That's you can't call it nothing else. So basically making sure that kids are educated, even young adults, to avoid these things, and then after they do, make sure they get on the right path and continuously stay with them. Especially like you said, people in worse socioeconomic people. My most important thing, people that look like me. That's pretty much it. I want it not to be, very specific. I want somebody that looks like me talking about this stuff because I feel a little bit more comfortable.
Definitely.
So I wanted to make sense that somebody could look at me and be like, "Dang, I can do that. I can talk about that, or I can do finances. I can do a blog. Like you, because you're killing it, girl. You killing it." So I want the kids to definitely I'm gonna save this video. Normally I delete mine, but I'm gonna save this video. I'm gonna start saving these because I want people to be able to look at it and see that, man, it's not impossible. And then there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, but the faster we understand and the faster we get this money right, economically, the strength of it, the faster things can change. Got to read between the lines on that one.
We got it.
Hopefully I ain't go too much into it, but yeah. But I appreciate your time, guys. Anybody have any more questions before we go? Well, I thank you so much for your time. We definitely got to do this again. Wait, one more. Now that's it.
All right.
So next time.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you welcome. You welcome. You have a good one now.
See you soon.
Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much for just tuning in on this first Mastering With. We're gonna catch you. We're gonna do this every Tuesday. Sure, I'm gonna try to do it with more if I can. If you guys liked it, definitely comment, definitely share, because that was something new for me. And if y'all ever follow my page, I know I'm all into something new, man. I was nervous, but hopefully I didn't show it that much. But she was a great host, great information. Definitely check out her website. It's in the comments, and gather some of this free information. A lot of the time we feel like we got to spend a lot of money, but there's a lot of free information out there. So grab it. I love you guys. Till next time.